Hello, hello. Whew. It's time to play World of Warcraft. We're thinking about leveling a priest. Actually, we're going to level a priest. Ken and I were talking about it, and we've been wanting to go to Gravius, so this is going to be my last leveling series before Burning Crusade. We're going to get this character to 60. It's my last hurrah in Classic WoW, I think, until Burning Crusade comes out, or until something else happens. Give me a minute while I set up my other monitor. Alright. Let's do it. That song is loud.
For 10,000 years, the immortal Night Elves cultivated a druidic society within the shadowed recesses of Ashenvale Forest. Yet recently, the catastrophic invasion of the Burning Legion shattered the tranquility of their ancient civilization. Led by the Arch-Druid Malfurion
Storm Rage
and the priestess Tyrande Whisperwind, the mighty Night Elves rose to challenge the demonic onslaught.
That's right, we are mighty. The mighty Night Elves
were forced to sacrifice their cherished immortality.
No.
And watch their beloved forests burn.
No, the forests are gonna burn.
Their immortality.
No.
A number of wayward druids conspired to plant a special tree that would link their spirits to the eternal world. Despite Malfurion's warnings that nature would never bless such a selfish act, the druids planted the great tree Teldrassil off the stormy coasts of northern Kalimdor. Within the twilight boughs of the colossal tree, the wondrous city of Darnassus took root.
Darnassus.
However, the great tree was not consecrated with nature's blessing, and soon fell prey to the corruption of the Burning Legion. Now the wildlife, and even the limbs of the great tree itself, are tainted by a growing darkness. As one of the few Night Elves still left in the world, it is your sworn duty to defend Darnassus and the wild children of nature against the Legion's encroaching corruption.
Interesting. Alright, we are on the server Grobulus. RP PvP. It's a West server too. It's not even an Eastern server, even though I'm in an Eastern time zone. So if we take a look at my latency, we're at 60, which isn't the best,
Good luck, friend.
but it's also not the worst. Ugh, gotta get back used to playing WoW again. It's been a while. Okay, let's, I'm not gonna mess around with too much of the UI right now. We'll just, I'll mess around with that later. Wondering how much of my keybinds are actually accurate. So I was talking to Ken. He was asking if I was going to play WoW anymore, and I said, well, I would like to play Classic WoW one more time, spend some time in it, but I couldn't think of a class to play. I wasn't having fun on the mage at all. I just didn't feel like me, you know. And then the hunter, I like the hunter, but it kind of was getting boring. And then it struck me, the one class that has always been my favorite class in World of Warcraft has always been the priest. So I said, you know what, let's just, let's go to Grobulus. I wanted to play on Grobulus anyway. And what's up, Ken? And so let's play a priest and get this priest all the way to 60, hopefully. And let's just do it. And Ken's got his mage. What's up, Ken? Ken, if you bring your mage, I don't know if you're probably at work. Let me change my settings here really quick. Let's see. What I wanted to do, interface options. Loot. Display. Cloak. Yeah, so Ken's gonna be a mage, I believe, which would be cool. Because if he's a mage, I can actually bubble him and keep him alive while he's AoEing thousands of mobs down at a time. I'm not sure what build I'm gonna go with though. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Yes, this is my last. It'll be my last hurrah in Classic WoW until either the Shadowlands comes out uh, or they come out with like a Burning Crusade server. If they come out with Burning Crusade, I definitely want to play Burning Crusade. Priest and a hunter probably in Burning Crusade. But me and Ken wanted to play together. Hey, what's up, Mason? Me and Ken wanted to play. He's been wanting to play, and I've been wanting to play Classic too. I just none of the classes were really appealing to me anymore. I was kind of getting tired of the hunter, and I definitely wasn't really enjoying the mage. So I thought, what's the class I like? You know, what class could I play? And I was like, oh, I could play a druid, I guess. But I always get bored. Druids are like level 20 and 30, and I was like, well, I could play a warrior, but warriors are kind of a pain to level. And then it just struck me. I'm like, what's the class that's my favorite class in World of Warcraft? It's always been my favorite class, and it's the priest. Priest has always been my favorite class. So I was like, let's do a priest. Yes, Morpheus. Yes. All right, hey Ken, you're at work? Okay. Okay, well, I'm probably going to go to the doctor tomorrow morning because I'm losing hearing in my left ear, and it's been going on in and out of my left ear for like 2 or 3 weeks now. But at some point today, I lost probably about 80% hearing in my left ear. There's no ringing in my left ear, but it's just, this is what happens when you get old, I guess. I don't know, but I'm basically by the doctor tomorrow morning. But anyways, yeah, we're going to level priest, and, you know, people usually like to level, I usually like to level Holy Discs build. Ooh, level 2, Ken. And, but I don't know, maybe we'll go with the arcane build. But this is Grobulus, so no bags, no money, no nothing. You know, we're basically completely really broke here. I figured if I was going to do a leveling series and really try to actually finish this one, which I'm really bad at not finishing these things, I would prefer to start on a server that I really want to be on, which is Grobulus. On my account, The Jumpy Wizard. Colors priest are white, right? Nah. Where's my title text? I'm going the wrong way because this guy's going to kill the mobs I need. So yeah, level 1 priest on Grobulus with no gear, no money. So this is going to be leveling the hard way, really. I mean, starting from scratch. You had the potion for nature resistance drop for your 2800? Holy crap. Nice. I wish I could get that. Since I have a whopping 7 copper right now. It's funny when I see Faith Driven in red, it makes me feel like I'm a Death Knight. Once I'm in combat, my name goes red. Interesting. I don't remember doing that, but I guess it always does that. We have a fellow, what's a druid? This is a druid, fellow caster. Hey Mason, I don't know. I mean, normally I do the, the Holy Disc build, wand leveling Holy Disc. And I probably will end up going with that build, but I may, just for fun, just because you know me, I like to do something, try to do something different just so I don't get bored. I may try something like more of a holy build. Here, let me pull up the talent calculator real quick. We can just talk about it real fast because I'm kind of curious myself. Let's go classic. Wow. Here, let's see. Let's also add this. Is this the one I want? Yeah. I always hate there's such a delay in the stream. But anyways, we could go with a holy leveling build, but I don't think it would be that good. Usually what I do is I go, wand. We definitely want spirit tap, and then you go wand. Actually, I don't even think like you could even, well, unless you need to go further into shadow, if you're going to go with like a shadow build. Holy Nova's OP. Unless you really want to go into shadow, you could actually probably stop at about Spirit Tap 4. If you really wanted that extra talent point, but I'll probably still go like 100%. So, I mean, really, and there's different leveling guides, and I've read quite a few on Priest over the years, that'll tell you to go like, Spirit Tap, Wand, Spirit Tap, Wand, and do this kind of back and forth, but I disagree with all of that. My preference is to basically just go straight up Spirit Tap to 4 or 5, depending on where if you want 4 or 5. I'll probably go 5, and then at that point, what we could do is, I mean, we could go Wand if we wanted, or we could just we could get rid of Wand altogether and go pure holy, holy specialization for crit. Probably Divine Fury, Holy Nova. So at level 25, we'd have Holy Nova, and if we just stacked a lot of intellect, we could get try to push our intellect pool and critical strike chance. Blessed Recovery. That'd be kind of fun. Let's see, vanilla. Wow, holy priest leveling. I've never really done a holy priest leveling build, like straight up. Okay, so here we're looking at basically like what I said, 5/5. Now he is going 5 of 5 wand specialization, which is good. But really, I don't know. I mean, I think if you wanted to rush Holy Nova, just for fun, I don't know. You could just bypass one specialization, but of course he's going improved renew. This doesn't surprise me so much because if you're gonna go with like, let's say if you're gonna be doing like Holy Nova a lot, I mean, you're gonna want those ticking heals coming in stronger. So I like this too for obviously for healing, and obviously for duo leveling with Ken. You know, having the stronger renew is going to be really helpful. That's something I was considering. And then of course you definitely want Searing Light and probably Holy Reach. Does he have Holy Reach? Yeah, I would say Holy Reach. These are pretty much standard. This one was one I wasn't sure about the Blessed Recovery, but he's probably not worrying about that when you're leveling. And then at 40, he's still staying. Okay, at 40, he's going more of the discipline, which is good. You know, the improved shield again is going to be really good for survivability. Meditation also is good. So this is pretty nice. I like what he's doing here. This is a pretty good build, I think. And then if we go on down to level 53 to 60, he's gone down into spiritual guidance. And also spiritual healing. So this is really a pretty strong healing build, but not bad, you know, solo leveling build as well. Leveling rotation, he's going shield, holy fire, shadow word pain, mind blast. Why would he go? I'm a little surprised that you do shadow word pain before mind blast, because if you do mind blast, the mob's not walking towards you till you. Like, if you do Shadow Word Pain, the mob's going to be already moving towards you, and then Mind Blast takes a few seconds, 1 more seconds to cast. So if you did... But he's doing Smite. Personally, I don't know. I'd almost go Mind Blast, then I wouldn't even use Shadow Word Pain, because most mobs are going to die fast enough. I would do Power Word Shield, Holy Fire, Mind Blast, Smite, Wand. That's what I would do. I don't really think that Shadow Word... I mean, we'll see. We'll try out this rotation. Actually, let's do something here. Let's see if we can just... I hate leaving the Wowhead Classic out because I really don't like Wowhead Classic. We're gonna go ahead and take our. This is a 60, right? 46, 51, yeah. We'll take a screenshot of this, right? Open this up, MS Paint. And just for fun, we're gonna go all the way to here. And we'll take a screenshot of his early level as well. And we'll just go to clipboard here. Yeah. I wanted to extract. I wish it was Photoshop. I just changed the camera. So we can go. Here we go. And we'll go ahead and grab this next section. These are going to be a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Alright, that just gives us some fun stuff to read while we're leveling. We've got, we don't need this. And then we have the talent calculator. So I think really our first few points are going to be Spirit Tab. We don't really need to worry too much. I don't know. I mean, I could go Wand right off the bat, which is probably what I should do. But, you know, what I should do and what I do when I play is always two different things. So. Just going to kill this mob because I feel like killing something. Some XP.
What brings you here?
And I'm also going to really quick just pull up. Let's see. Let's go programs, World of Warcraft, classic, count. So. Let's grab some of our macros here. Actually, I'll just slide this over to the other window and want to make sure these macros look correct. Yeah, they look good. You know me, my macros. I have to have my macros. Or if I can type, son of a. Now what's funny is like I'm putting these in the right places and stuff, so when I actually get the skills, they're just gonna magically be like, hey, there's my new skill on the bar down below, ready to go. What did I call? Let's see. I want to make sure that, yeah, cool. And let's just do our lesser heal. Who is this? I don't know who this is. Is this someone stream sniping me? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Character. Oh, you couldn't trade? Oh, really? Oh, you need more space. Okay. I thought he was saying you need more space. That's why I'm giving you bags. But he was saying, here, right again. Are you somebody on the stream giving this to me? Or is this just some nice... This can't be just some nice person.
Alone be praised.
What? Who is this? Ken, look at this. Oh, okay. I figured it was you, Mason, or somebody. You.
Thank you.
Though that's certainly gonna make things a lot easier, dude. Thanks, Mason. I appreciate it, man. I thought I was gonna be poor forever. Alright, let me put on that was nice of Mason. Let me just go ahead and set up my other macro here really quickly. Save, and then my flash heal. Let's just rename that again. I don't like FH flash heal. Alright. Well, that certainly makes my life a lot easier because now I don't have to really like freak out about my inventory. Because, as you guys know, you're constantly freaking out about inventories. Wow, he even gave me the mana potions. Nice. Oh my god, look at all that room. It pays to have friends, right?
How may I help? Goodbye.
Yeah, Ken, the hookup, wasn't that? Yeah. I figured it was somebody from the stream. I just didn't know. I couldn't remember. I thought Mason said he had a character here. Who else I couldn't remember if Reptilian said he had any characters here, but this is my last big effort to just do a nice leveling series in Classic, I think. And I do love Priests, so, you know, it's my favorite class, so. What level am I? I'm level 2.
peace be with you. May the stars guide you. Goddess watch over you.
I really hope they put out Burning Crusade because I would really be very interested in playing
Great outdoors.
Burning Crusade because of the arena seasons, especially if they can have the same, arena gear, like the same PvP gear. Because the PvP gear in Arena Season 1 is really cool gear, and it's really fun to get. It actually is quite useful. So that would be really cool. Hey, what's up, Reptilian? Well, Reptilian, we've been wanting to get to. I've been wanting to get over to Grobulus, so it seemed like a good opportunity to come to Grobulus, like I've been wanting to. And the Hunter was getting boring, and I didn't like the Mage at all. I played the Mage like 2 or 3 times, and every time I logged into the Mage, I was like, nah, just didn't want to play a Mage. Wasn't feeling it. So, and I had taken some time off from WoW. I hadn't really been playing WoW. And then Ken was asking if I was going to play anymore. I said I would like to play some more, but I just don't know what to play. And then it struck me, my favorite class really is the priest. So I was like, well, I could level a priest. And Ken's like, well, what server do you want to play on? I said, well, I was just thinking Fairlena, but you know what? I wanted to come here because I know Mason said he was here, and I just seemed like this was a better server, nicer people, and maybe better community. So here we are, and this really Reptilian is the last. This is it. Really, this is it. This is the last character I am going to be playing in Classic WoW, probably until whatever else I go into, whether it's, New Amazon's New World in May, or Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, or Saga of Lucimia. I'm interested in trying that one out. So this is it. I don't really foresee me playing too many other characters in WoW until either Burning Crusade or the Shadowlands, I gotta add Mason to my friends list. There we go. We're level 3. Yeah, I think, a lot of people have kind of, Classics died down quite a bit. There's still, a good group of hardcore people that really love the game that are playing it, but it definitely is, has died down a little bit. It's funny, like, when I watch, because I have so many friends now that stream, I know so many content creators for MMO stuff, and it's really interesting to watch their channels because all of them were usually like me. They were super interested in certain things, World of Warcraft being one of those games, and a lot of other people were interested in like games that were coming down the pipe, like Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. But those games are so far out that these other streamers and content creators have had to really, think about, well, what are we going to do? We can't just keep talking about a game that isn't out yet. We can't keep making videos for a game that isn't out yet to keep our channel alive, So a lot of these people are playing other games. They're streaming, some of them are streaming MMOs. I know Nathan's streaming Vanguard Saga of Heroes. He's also Streaming some City of Heroes private server. And then, and I think, Minus over at Pantheon Plus has been playing this this AR, action, what do they call those? The ARPGs or whatever, action RPGs, kind of like a Lost, with kind of like a Diablo style RPG with that isometric view. And I hate those. I just don't like those type of games. But he's been streaming one of those games a lot. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's like a 5-letter word. I can't remember what it is. But, you can see everybody's in a holding pattern right now. Everybody's trying to think about, you know, they're trying to think about what game can, you know, what can we play now until the next big MMO, you know, comes out. Did I see what WP's doing? Okay, that's cool. Who's WP? See what WP is doing now. I'm trying to think. WP. Who's WP? Forgive my horrible memory. Let me know if the mic sounds okay. I actually added a couple mic filters in OBS that are supposed to help improve the overall quality of the mic. Yeah, I did see. Actually, Reptilian, I watched his whole video today. Wooden Potatoes. I saw his video where he said what's he planning for 2020, and he's planning on doing lots of videos for, you know, like Let's Play series and lots of other videos. And he basically talked about how, you know, Guild Wars 2 is really kind of dying out, and he's basically lived his life over the past 8 or 9 years just being a content creator for Guild Wars 2, and now he's at a point where he can't really, you know, he can't bank on that anymore. I mean, he's losing subscribers, he's losing money because people just aren't interested in Guild Wars 2. And he said when, you know, the year 2020 hit, he lost a lot of subscribers like that day. And he's like, a lot of people probably went through and said, oh, it's 2020. I need to go through all my, you know, my subscriptions and start cleaning house, you know, or get through my, you know, my Patreon accounts that I'm paying for. Because a lot of people, you know, give money out for Patreon. They'll like support maybe 3 or 4 or 5 different people. I've done it. I've supported a couple, not a lot. I support JNM, who's a Blender creator. I've been supporting him on Patreon for, you know, probably about 6 months. And I've also supported this artist, this really, really good digital painting artist and I've supported him on and off. I don't support him right now. I dropped off his Patreon, but I know it's easy to support people that you think are really deserve it. And then at a certain point in time in your life, you're like, well, do I really want to pay money for this? I'm not really getting anything out of it, or getting out of it enough of what I want. So I know Wooden was saying he lost a lot of Patreon people at the beginning of the year. It amounted to basically $238 per month he was going to be making. He's now not making because he lost those Patreon people. So yeah, so Wooden Potatoes is he seems like a pretty cool guy, and it was a really good video of him talking about, you know, money and, you know, how his life has pretty much been Guild Wars 2 for the past 8 or 9 years, and how he's tried other types of content on different channels that he has to see if he could generate revenue doing something else that he likes, and so far none of that had ever really worked. And so this year he's taking a different approach and just trying to still cover Guild Wars 2, but also do kind of like what I was doing, and do what a lot of people have been doing on their channels, which is kind of what I was talking about. Reptilian is just, you know, showing other video games, playing different video games, showing different content, because it's hard to play the same game, especially like WoW, you know, for 15 plus years. Eventually people get tired of it. Okay, so we're definitely going to be going enchanting and tailoring. There's not even a choice, really. Okay, we're going to go make ourselves a wand, you know. Although now that I've got the 20 gold, thank you again, Mason. I think I'll just go buy a wand. You know, I don't even have to worry about making one. In fact, as soon as we get to like level, you know, high enough level to where we can use a wand, which I think is, was it level 7 or level 8 is the first wand? Maybe somebody in the stream remembers. Is that what he was doing, Reptilian? I don't watch, I mean, I watch Wooden Potatoes. I'm a subscriber of his, but I don't watch his videos a lot. I've watched a few of them, and I subscribed to his channel probably about a year ago, when I was doing my Guild Wars leveling series, where I got my Guardian to, I think, level 60 or I think 70. He's only like 10 levels off of 80. I should have finished that series, to be honest. I actually had a lot of fun leveling her in Guild Wars. But the goal of that series was not only to get her to 80, but I wanted to get full 100% map completion. And she's only like maybe 30 or 40% map completion at level 70. So she still has a long way to go to get full map completion. Yeah, there it is. The first heal I've cast myself in World of Warcraft Classic on this priest. Heal number 1. Elder Scrolls would have been a really good game if they just could have fixed 2 things: the combat, which is really clunky, and the world, which is actually overpopulated, which is hard for me to say, but it's over, not people-wise, but just art asset-wise. There's so much stuff everywhere that it never feels like you're out in the open anywhere. It always feels like you're gonna walk, every time you walk a little bit of a distance, you're either gonna walk into a village or a farm or a house. There's never just like walking into the woods somewhere, like a forest or like a desert. There's no open areas, and that really was a really interesting decision on their part. Like even in Skyrim, like when you're walking around Skyrim, there's lots of like open areas or wooded areas, but in Elder Scrolls, I've never seen. I mean, maybe, there probably are some somewhere, but when I've played it, I never found any of them. Yeah, map completions. I thought that was a good goal to get, Reptilian, in Guild Wars. A hard goal to get. Oh, it's not easy to get 100% map completion. Character specific. Don't forget to click character specific. I was thinking about that at level 2. I was thinking I need to go into key bindings and check character specific key bindings. That's how much I hate that is not the default setting. Yeah, I thought that was a good video though. It was a long video by Wooden Potatoes. I watched it this morning. But I guess my point is I was talking about how Classic has lost a little bit of its player base. And I think that's really interesting for 2 reasons. One reason really. Because right now is a great time to put out an MMO. Right now, there is such a void in the MMO space right now for a really good, open world, immersive, competitive, difficult, engaging MMO. If someone could put out a game that meets those criteria, they're going to be a success. I mean, there's just, there's so many people who want a good new MMO that, the need for it is definitely there. And so for people who even have a hard time playing Classic for a long time, but it's just because they've played it before. I mean, most people have, not everybody. But it's not like most people have played WoW for years and years, and so it's not like it's something really that new to them. That's why I wanted to go try the Estella on, because it was something new, and I tried it, but it wasn't, it was kind of fun, but it's an older game, and even though it just came out in the West here recently, it was, out in the East for a while. So, and it doesn't really, it scratches one itch, but it's not going to meet all the goals of what I'm looking for in an MMO, so. And I don't see, the only game I see coming out, really the only one I've seen coming out in the future that could be a really big hit, really for me, is Crimson Desert. That's the only game that I see coming that could really meet all of the criteria I have for what makes an MMO a good MMO. I don't even think Pantheon could do it, because Pantheon just doesn't have, I haven't seen enough of the in-game systems for Pantheon to really say that it has a lot of the stuff that I want in MMO. I mean, it may have difficult content, it may have nice, hard content, but I haven't seen any dungeons really. A little bit maybe. Man, this spider's proven to be quite the pain in the butt. It almost killed me. I probably should have just killed him. 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 I probably should have But for me, an MMO has to have good PvP and PvE content. It has to have. I like dungeons. I'm not sure about raids. Raids are okay, but I really like dungeons. I think group dungeons are really fun. As far as instance dungeons over non-instance dungeons, I would have to lean slightly towards instance dungeons. I don't really like the idea of going into like an open out in the world dungeon where anybody can just come in and kill the boss that me and my friends have just spent like 10 minutes trying to kill. And also, if they just run in and kill them, I don't know. I mean, maybe they wouldn't get the loot. I don't know how that would work, but and I think you can do both. You could do instance dungeons. I think that the best of both worlds would be able to have instance dungeons, but then also have open world, group events. And I love Guild War 2's event system, where you're just walking down a road and maybe some village is under attack by orcs or something, and like, hey, help us. And if you help them, they'll give you a reward. Maybe they'll give you some money. Maybe they'll give you an item or something. I like that a lot. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Mason. I think only the really hardcore are going to stay. But I do think that a lot of people that are playing Classic right now are the people that are assuming or hoping that there will be a Burning Crusade, and that they'll be hopefully they can progress their characters, into Burning Crusade. I didn't realize how badly my priest misses. How many of her spells are being resisted at this level. Why am I not getting any A? I guess I'm just not looting any of the web of venom sacks. So you have done the world map completion once? Yeah, I haven't. I don't even have Hall of Thorns or Path. I don't even know if I have Path of Fire. They were doing a big sale one time on both, where you could get both of them for like half off, and I was gonna buy them and I never did. Kind of glad I didn't now, because I don't even think I've gotten up a character yet to actually get to the point where she could use that expansion content. Oh, and Mason, people with no jobs. Yeah. Yes, I definitely have a job, and I have better things that I could be doing, but I still try to play. I still love playing the game. I don't remember what I get at level 4 from the priest trainer. Suppose I could open up my handy dandy classic Wild Buddy phone app here and find out. Let's do that. Let's see what we get at level 4 on a priest. Let's see, classes, priest, skills. No, not skills. Abilities. At level 4 we get Lesser Heal and Shadow Word Pain. Hey Koner, how's it going, man? Welcome to Classic World of Warcraft. Priest leveling. The grind is real. And this is the original character name of my first 60 in WoW back in 2004. Well, she didn't get to 60 till 2005 probably. Was a priest named Faith Driven. I still have to say thank you to Mason for giving me all these bags and gold. It makes life so much easier to have it, just have those bags. And of course, the gold makes life way easier too. Just so you can get I can get my wand, and I can use that gold to help augment some of my professions. Because when you're leveling professions, sometimes you need a little bit of money just to maybe buy a few things here and there. So thank you once again, Mason. I appreciate that. Still need 4 more. The UI interface I use is called Z Pearl. And I haven't really set it up yet, but we'll set it up here in a second. Yeah, if we go to Z Pearl. I use the Hearthstone bar just to kind of center these correctly. Go ahead and slide my buff watch. So yeah, this is Z-Pearl. I like Z-Pearl. I've been using Z-Pearl and X-Pearl in WoW Retail, WoW Classic, WoW Private servers for as long as I can remember. It's just easy to use. It works. It's not the best looking, but it works. You know. Wolf. That's like whiff. Doing a flip every time. Alright, let me replenish my soda here. Now I've got these new 2 big ass monitors. I've moved my desk around a little bit and my soda's a little bit far away from me. I'm afraid to put it where I normally put it because it's awfully close to my monitor and I don't want to tip it over. And knowing me, I'd spill it on my monitor. Excuse me. Alright. Level 4, we do need to hit... Well, we don't really need the trainer. I mean, we get... What was it? Shadow Word Pain, I think? So we do need the trainer. Yeah, we get Shadow Word Pain at level 4, so... What's up, Saron? How you doing, man? We are on the less leveling series I swear you guys are going to see me do until either Burning Crusade comes out or Shadowlands comes out, or Amazon's New World, which we already know Amazon's New World's coming out in May, and I've already purchased that game, so it's in my Steam account, just waiting for them to enable the download. First world problems. Yeah. I've got my monitors are so damn big. I've like the spot where I would kind of have my soda. That's actually there's a monitor there right now, or at least it's close to where my sodas would have been. So I got my new guitar yesterday, and I dropped it off at the shop today. I dropped a couple guitars off at the Guitar Tech this morning to have them both, set up and fixed up. And I couldn't believe I had forgotten how much the setups cost back in the day when I used to get them done when I played guitar more. They were like 40 or 50 bucks for a setup, maybe 60 bucks if it was like from an expensive guy. This place was $75 per setup, so it was like 150 bucks just to get my two guitars done. I was like, ouch. Need a new chair with this iPhone. You're right, Serlin. Ishnuala. Didn't I get some gloves around here somewhere that were, let's see, 6 armor, cloth, 4 armor, 4 armor.
I am honored. Be careful. Elune be with you. Elune light your path.
Let me, hopefully I didn't close that down, did I? Oh, man. I closed down my macro document. That's kind of stupid of me. Okay, well, I don't see what I'm looking for there, so... Interesting. I didn't do any the Shadow Word Pain macro that I'm looking for. It is not here. Well, won't worry about it for right now. You going to bed? Hey, Reptilian, see you, man. Good to see you, dude. It's past my bedtime, actually. I need to get to bed pretty soon, too.
go in peace.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see, like, as the 2020 goes on, like, what is the state of MMOs? Like, I pay attention to MMOs in the market, like, very closely. And there really just aren't too many coming out anymore. I mean, there's so many, like, really bad MMOs. Like, even on Steam, you see, like, people, like, trying to create their own MMOs, like, few developers trying to do it, and of course they're just horrible. I would, you know, I want to make my own game, but I certainly am not trying to make like an MMO. I could never do that by myself. I'm just trying to learn how to do parts of what would be systems that could exist in an MMO or an RPG. So, but anyways, yeah, there really just aren't that many MMOs that are coming out anytime soon. That, like I said, Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is one that it could be interesting, but I really don't think it's going to have all the systems I want. It's a pretty small indie dev team over there, too. They don't have a lot of people. I mean, Ashes of Creation is... I always thought that was pretty much a joke of an MMO. I mean, when the guy who's trying to do it tried to implement a pyramid scheme to try to encourage people to refer people to get, you know, a bonus. If you refer 10 people, you'll get this. You know, it was just... You can't build a community off of just pushing referrals, you know what I mean? People are going to find ways to get around that. What do we need? We need the web wig? Yeah. I'm only level 4. We'll be level 5 here pretty shortly. I was watching, you know, the president of Epic Games do a talk recently. And I do think that what is his name? It's not Sweeney. Anyways, I do think that they're going down the right path though, Epic Games. They're actually adding some really cool stuff into Fortnite, and I really have not I've never played Fortnite that much. I mean, I played the single player mode before they even had the Battle Royale, and I actually enjoyed it. But they're adding a lot of stuff to Fortnite. I think they're adding the ability for players, you know, to create content. And that, it's kind of funny because really, I mean, it was Unreal Tournament that was one of the first big, you know, people to do that. I mean, they had the Unreal, you know, the Unreal editor in the original Unreal Tournament game. So you were able to create maps and content for Unreal early on. So. Yeah, the Epic Games Store needs a lot of work. I'm not gonna... I agree with you there, Cyrillian. I can't remember the guy's name, the president. He's actually a really nerdy guy, but a good guy. I mean, I think he's trying to do good things. I mean, it was nice of them to give the 25... Was it? It was either 250,000 or 2.5 million, or it might have been 2.5 million they just gave to Blender, the Blender Org Foundation, to help in development of Blender. Blender is getting so popular now as a 3D modeling software that even major corporations are starting to drop, you know, software like Maya. Just use Blender because it's free. We do live in a good world in that respect nowadays, in that there's so much good free software out there. I remember back when I was in high school, if I wanted to, an image editor, I think maybe GIMP was still around back then, but it was tough. You had to pay for, if you really wanted good stuff, you had to pay for a lot of it. If you wanted a 3D, game engine type program, or a really good 3D modeling animation suite, there were no free ones out there really. You were stuck trying to use Alias Wavefront or Maya or 3D Studio Max. Maybe use Strata Studio Pro. No, it's not Mark Rain. It's Tim Sweeney. See, I knew it was Sweeney. I kept thinking Sweeney Todd, and it's not Sweeney Todd. It's a movie or play, whatever. But yeah, Tim Sweeney. He's a real nerdy guy, but he's a real, he's a pretty cool, interesting character. He wrote the original game engine pretty much by himself. The original Unreal game engine, or the engine that Unreal was built on. He pretty much wrote it. So obviously a super smart guy. Yeah, I meant CEO, Cyrillan. Sorry. I misspoke. What I meant to say was the CEO of Unreal, and when I said president. Yeah, so... He's the VP of Software Development? Okay. Yeah, but I meant the CEO. It's funny how, I don't know, it's just interesting. Some of the original developers on Epic, there was one guy in particular, Cliff, or I think his name was Cliff or something, but he's the one who did a lot of the maps, and he tried to start his own game company a couple times and failed miserably, pretty much. Well, not miserably, but he tried to make his own games, and I'm like, man, why would you leave? I mean, he should have stuck. I mean, I understand people want to do their own thing, but man, he was in Epic Games, which was a very, before Fortnite became what it was. Epic was still a very big company making tons and tons of money. They were having no problems, making money. If you just go to Wikipedia and do a search for games made by Unreal Engine, the list is pretty unbelievably long. I mean, it's impressive how many games have been made on the Unreal Engine. And so, I mean, most of the revenue that Unreal was, Epic Games was making was revenue off of other people using their engine to make their games. But of course now, Fortnite has just become this major cash cow. I don't know if Fortnite's still doing as good as it was, but like I said, I never played the Battle Royale. In fact, I've never played one single game of Battle Royale in Fortnite. Not even one. I mean, I've played the single player mode, and if you look on my channel, there might even still be a few videos I uploaded of me playing Fortnite before they had Battle Royale. Actually, now I'm so curious. I'm actually going to look, because I don't know if there is or not. Let's take a look. There you go. I have 2 videos on Fortnite.
This is the kind of defense I want to use. I mean, people build tons and tons of traps, which, of course, at higher levels...
You can see me building
levels where I'm at right
Look at that freaking, I don't know what you want to call this, keep castle. What's really funny with this thing, let's check this out.
walls to defend from. So I kind of did this...
Look at how elaborate I built out this. See all these little wooden walkways that go around the...
Same type of...
I mean... I'm not gonna lie, the amount of time it took me to make this stuff was pretty extensive.
Get into my main walkways.
Look at those walls.
Kind of like a traditional fort when they built their walls and defend the wall there, and then you to once, so I can fence the wall there.
Look at how big my I don't know what you want to call it. It's not really a castle. It's kind of like some sort of a huge keep that I made. But I really enjoyed the building tools. That's what that video is called. Fun and interesting building tools. I really liked the original game. Yeah, I know that Apex Legends did. Yeah, the people at Fortnite are really working incredibly hard to keep pushing stuff out so that they can keep their players. In today's world of game, in today's world of video games, there's so much out there for video game players to take in and digest that if you want to keep them in your game, you have to constantly be putting out new, fresh stuff, all the time. So. But the building tools in Fortnite are really good. Like the system works really, really well. If I was Sweeney, I would really explore building out another game, because really the Battle Royale was just something, I don't know whose idea it was, but the guy's probably, the rest of his life is set because he single-handedly made them a shit ton of money when he decided to come out with a Battle Royale mode. Because Fortnite, the game itself, wasn't originally meant to be Battle Royale. It was basically meant to be this kind of, monster wave monster fighter game. What do they call it? There's a name for those types of games. Monster wave fight. I don't know. And they also were building it to try to really increase the Unreal Engine's capabilities. So a lot of the stuff that was created, there was a lot of stuff in the Unreal Engine that was created specifically so that they could build Fortnite. There were a lot of better character controllers and pickups and building tools. All those things were created and written from scratch for Fortnite. Fortnite basically was in development for 7 or 8 years. I mean, the game, they worked on it for a very, very long time. I'm hoping that there is a quest giver up here. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the tools are really solid and they work really well for building stuff. It's too bad if they would expand on them and make them so that you could build more complicated structures and stuff. I think it'd be a really good idea. But who knows what they're going to do. But there's a lot of stuff they're implementing for Fortnite this year. Better graphics, better structures that are, I think, destructible on different levels. So. Did I not? What am I missing? I'm missing something here. I still need these mushrooms. Okay, I was like, what am I missing? Because there's no quest to turn in here. There should be. I'm yakking and I didn't finish getting all my mushrooms. Really, Chaos Engine, huh? Well, yeah, I know that I just briefly saw a video where they said that they're adding some they're adding some different graphics into Fortnite, or there's something where the buildings can be more destructible and on a larger scale. So I don't know, we'll see. I mean, the buildings were already kind of destructible. They already had, I would love to. I don't even know how they do what they do. As far as when you you go to a building and you start. See, now it makes me want to play Fortnite. I actually like the single player mode. Maybe I'll do a video on Fortnite, the original game. But part of the idea was the Fortnite probably came from, PUBG. Yeah, I know. I'm sure that they got the idea from PUBG. Yeah, but PUBG was extremely successful and probably still is successful. A lot of people played a ton of PUBG. I never played PUBG. I was a hardcore FPS player back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, and I just know what it takes physically and mentally to play those games at a super high level. It takes a lot. I can come in and play WoW and be half asleep and still be fairly effective, but if you want to compete at a high level on an FPS game, you you have to put in time and practice. And when you sit down at your computer to play, you got to be ready to play. You got to be awake. You got to be alert. And you can't be slouched back in your chair like I am. I'm like, oh, slouch back in my chair with a Coca-Cola, you know. It's not going to work too well. So. Yeah. Yeah, video games are just like everything else, you know, and
How may I help?
it's like if you're in the NFL and some team comes up with a really cool offensive scheme, well, that succeeds and that team ends up winning the Super Bowl. Well, the very next year, everybody else tries to run that same offensive scheme. It's a copy. They call it a copycat league. It's the same game in video games. Same thing in video games. Same thing in movies. Someone puts out a movie that's hugely popular, like Lord of the Rings, and everybody's like, man, they made all this money with Lord of the Rings. We need to make our like fantasy movie or our fantasy series. And then you see something like Game of Thrones, and everybody's like, wow, Game of Thrones, we need to do something like that, which is a good thing because, you know, I love fantasy. But same thing with video games. Someone's like, oh, PUBG, this is really successful. You know, when Counter-Strike first came out, you know, Counter-Strike's really successful. You know, now we got to make all these games, and then you got Battlefield and, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, World of Warcraft's a perfect example. World of Warcraft money-wise was it would almost have to be the biggest money-making game of all time. When you think about how much money World of Warcraft has generated, it has to be the biggest, you know? Yeah, and exactly. And what they did was they looked at EverQuest. Yeah, like what you're saying, Ron, is they looked at EverQuest and said, we want to make a better version of EverQuest, but we want to make it more accessible to players who aren't as hardcore, because EverQuest was very grindy. And so WoW was an attempt to make a less grindy MMO, you know? And so people who coming from, you know, EverQuest or Lineage 2 or whatever, and they came and played this game.
Be careful.
You know, they came and played WoW, and they thought, wow, this is great. This is easy. This is easy mode. Hey, what's up, Lovecraft? Yeah, I know. Well, the problem with that is, like, I got bored. I didn't like the mage. I really didn't like the mage. I played her to, like, level, what, 9 or 10. I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. And then the hunter, I got to about 28, and I just wasn't feeling the hunter. Kind of bored. You know, just boring. Go back, shoot arrows. Just kind of got tired of it. And, so I said, if I'm going to try to level a character up in Classic, I'm only going to give it one more go, or like one more real go. And so I went back to my favorite character, which is my favorite class, which is the priest. So here we go. This is my last attempt to really focus on leveling a character up to 60. And honestly, I'm doing it more for you guys than for me. I mean, I love World of Warcraft, but I'd probably prefer to be playing something else, you know. But I know people on the channel who watch my videos like Classic WoW, so... And don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing Classic WoW, but... I mean, there's other games that I haven't played as much that I'd be a little bit more interested in. I'd almost rather be playing, you know, Neverwinter. But that's cool, like I said. I like Classic WoW too, so... And plus the priest is super fun. It is my favorite character. Favorite class in the game. Alright, what am I missing here? Kill this and give back to on top. Okay, I got... Yeah, Questy's just kind of bugging out here. We'll reload it and you'll see a question mark appear at the top here. See, it was gone before. There's also apparently another quest to get. It's probably my priest quest. You loving a lock? Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's because I've played WoW since it came out in 2004, and plus I played for about almost 3 years straight on private servers before Classic came out. So I basically was playing almost Classic WoW for 3 years before Classic WoW even landed, you know? So yeah, the burnout is a real thing, you know, kind of getting burned out, but I really would like to get this priest up, and I think it would be good for my channel. It'd be good for me to really try to get this character up to 60, and I'm sure it'll be, and just to heal, you know, 5-mans and UBRS and LBRS would be fun, and I am a great healer, so you know, getting groups as a healer shouldn't be that difficult. You know, always having a tank is always a little bit more stressful, because when you're a tank, you know, people expect you to lead, and people expect you to you know, to know what you're doing because you're the tank. It's like when you're the tank, it's like automatically everybody's like, well, you know what you're doing, you're the tank. You must know this dungeon inside out because you have to do all the pulls. I mean, there's a big responsibility when you're playing a tank. And the fun part is when you're playing a priest, it's a lot easier. You're just focusing on, well, I just got to keep these noobs alive, because, you know, which can be difficult because you are dealing with noobs a lot of the time. So, yeah, I mean, the mage is. I'm glad you're enjoying the mage, Cerulean. And I think the mage is fun. I just think like level 0 to like 15 on mage is kind of boring. Well, it is boring. Once you start to get to where you can start doing Blizzard and more things, it gets a lot more fun.
Peace be with you.
Yeah, leveling a priest can be rough. I've leveled a couple, as you know. Like I had the one on my other account that was like around level 20 something on Westfall. I think she was like 28 or something. And then I had, you know, Shadow Priest I was leveling up on the Horde side. And it can be tough. It's pretty slow. But it's very rewarding because, like I said, like, you know, you can heal dungeons, and if you're a very good healer, people appreciate that. They appreciate you, and they'll remember that you're a good healer if you heal a lot. And then they'll come back to you and be wanting, you know, say, well, we want that healer because they were so good. What level? Hey, Lovecraft, what level is the wand? Is it, I was thinking it was level, is it level 5? I just don't remember what the first level is, Lovecraft. I know it's 12, level 12 or 13 for the greater magic wand. But for the lesser, I thought the lesser was like level 7. I'm only level 5, so my goal was to hit the auction house at like level 7 maybe. If that's, but like I said, I can't remember what level the lesser magic wand is. Can somebody look it up? So I don't have to. Is it 5? Thank you, Strone. Okay, alright, then yeah, I'm definitely going to head to Darnassus then. And we'll go ahead and grab it. Because Mason gave me the money, so I certainly can afford it. But I do have to get to bed here in a minute, just too, because I actually got to probably run to the doctor tomorrow morning. Get my ear checked out, since I keep losing hearing in my left ear for some reason. I think it's called old age. No! Yeah, 13 I think is the greater magic wand.
I am honored.
Hello.
Greetings. Elune light your path.
A loon light your path.
May the stars guide
I am listening. Good luck, friend.
Ishnu Allah. Go in peace.
Go in peace. Ishnu Allah. Yes, go in peace.
What brings you here? Be careful.
Ishnu Allah,
Ishnu Allah.
may the stars guide you. Till next we meet.
It's kind of off. Yeah, the crafty one's really good. Yeah, the crafty one, the Greater Magic one, is super good. And I'm not going to kill myself trying to be, you know me, I'm not going to kill myself trying to be perfect. Like, oh, which wand do I have to get at what level and all that. I mean, there are, like, you can go to the Metagoblins YouTube site for, like, a wand leveling, you know, like a wand progression, like which wands should you get. And there's other people. There's even a document I found, I think, online of just, you know, which wands to get at what level, you know, what class, all that.
Ishnu Daldie.
But I mean, you basically get the Greater Magic Wand. That's going to last you for a few levels. Then when you get the Gravestone Scepter, I think, you know, in Black Fathom Depths, I mean, that thing will last you for like 15 levels probably. So you can get from 0 to probably 40 on like, you know, like 4 wands maybe. You know, Cookie's wand, obviously the Dead Mines will last you a little while. So... Whiff. My food slot. That's all my soda. I'm all out of soda. No. Yeah. Hmm. I'm hearing a weird noise in the background. Hold on a second. Ha! It's just the fan on my computer. Who is Holy Fuel Shadow Melded Moonkins? Sorry, I don't know who that is. Shadow Melded Moon. That's kind of a silly guild name. Do we dare do it? Do we dare do it, guys?
The loon be with you.
50 silver. Do we dare do it? Get ourselves our first pet. Yep. You gotta do it. I like having a pet around. We got 13 silver. Creator magic, unfortunately, is a little bit higher. Those prices are a little high. I think they were going for a little bit cheaper on Farlina. Oh. We can check back again in a few days. Maybe they'll go down. Round and a rub. What else am I going to use the cash on at that level? I don't know. I just, sometimes I can be like, 31 silver. We'll see. I'll check the price tomorrow. I might get it for like 25 or something. Money goes so fast, and there's so many things you can buy. If I can save 5 or 10 silver here and there, it does add up, so.
Ishnu Allah, goddess, watch over you. I am honored. Elun light your path. I am honored.
I don't really see anything I can put in here.
Good luck, friend.
Alright guys, that's it for this video, this stream. This is streaming part 1 of getting a priest all the way to level 60 in Classic WoW. I am going to go to bed because I've got to go to work. I go to the doctor in the morning and all that stuff. It's already 1:27 a.m. Thanks for stopping by as always, guys, and hopefully we can get the priest up all the way to 60 this time. I don't really see why not, because I pretty much got to the point where I don't really have any inkling to play any other class. I really don't feel like playing any other class. The only other classes that even remotely seemed interesting to me was probably like a warrior or druid, and they're not interesting enough to deviate me from this priest, so I don't see me playing anything but this priest in Classic WoW. And then outside of that, I'll be doing some videos on other things like maybe some Neverwinter videos, and and of course I'm working on my game stuff. Still going through tutorials on Blender, and that's taking quite a while. There's so much to learn in Blender. So, anyways, have a good night. Thanks to Rulin, Lovecraft, everybody else who stopped by. Thanks, Mason, for setting me up with some bags of money. I really appreciate it. See you, Jonathan. And who else we got here? Reptilian already went to bed. Connor, see you, Connor. Ken, I know you're probably still working, so enjoy work. And I will catch all of you guys next time. All right. Peace out.